So next on the razor series, or in better the review, is the Wilkinson Sword Hydro 5 Sensitive. Now it's got one of these horrible clamshell packaging that I despise, because it's such a nightmare to put things back together in. In fact, I never did in the end, which is why the razor's out right now. But let's read it anyway and see what it does. Hopefully the autofocus will work properly. Apparently it's got aloe and vitamin E and hydro, or H2O, or hydro, whatever. Using water, lads, is not going to improve the shave, he asked me, because you got the vitamin E and aloe anyway, and the H2O is actually from water anyway, so whatever. Anyway, it says it's got all that on it. I'm not going to even read it. It's all in different languages anyway. It says instant and all that. I don't know what that means. Yeah, a little disclaimer there from them. It is a nice clamshell. It is a nice clamshell, but unfortunately, it's awkward to open, and it's very awkward to get things back in it. So once it's open, I guess. Designed to protect and pro-vitamin B5. None of this means nothing to no one. On the back, it shows you about the aloe and vitamin E again. It talks about, what else does it say? I'm going to have to read it off screen. Improves skin, guards, control skin flow across 5 ultimate glide blades. Sure, hydrates throughout each shave. Well, that's the point of the lubrication strip anyway. That's its job. Or maybe not, maybe it's a gimmick, we just don't know. And more shit on the side here, ingredients and all that. Pause that if you want to know what's in it. Like anyone cares. So yeah, that's the packaging. Let's have a look at the razor itself. You do get it in this little clamshell protector side, don't let it go rusty next week, Grandma, shell that you get. And you do get like the Hydro logo on the top there. So much gimmicks with these razors. Anyway, on the back it says Hydro, and on the other side it says Wilkinson Sword. The colour scheme is a okay scheme. Reminds me a little bit of Worthington's, or whatever. I can't speak, sorry. Worthington's, you know, the sweets brand, where, I don't know, it just reminds me of something. I don't think it reminds me of that so much. Anyway, Hydro, and then that on it, obviously. And it has a little hole here for some reason, probably for the case. It has 5 blades right there, and the rubbery thing on the bottom. And if you hold this down, you can flip this down for some reason. Apparently it's got a trim bit on it, I don't know. Apparently it has a trim bit on it. Anyway, that's the lubrication strip thing. And on the back it's green, that bit, strangely enough. And yeah, I don't think there is a trimmer on it, because when you flip it back, it doesn't have anything like that. It's just I don't know what it is, to be honest. But anyway, it's an okay razor design, not the best. Would be nice if it was blue or something, or different colour. This reminds me of some old scheme that your grandma would have, or a Worthington's original sort of Shremek, or Shremek? You know what I mean, colour. Anyway, to take the blade off, you just push this upwards like that, and the blade comes off, and you can replace the razor blade. And unlike the Shark 5 older model, you can actually get blades for it at the moment, but really, really overpriced. Let me just say that, really overpriced. Anyway, this one has a swivel head, same as the Shark 5, which I'm going to have to explain now in the next part of the shave video. That it does have a thingy head on it, but I was kind of rushed today. Or maybe not. I wasn't rushed. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I know I am not very good at these, but who cares? Anyway, let's get down to the shave and see what it actually does. Hopefully shave the face and not the whole of my skin off. So, funny story. I did the shave with this thing, but unfortunately I lost the files. How did I lose the files? Because I was an idiot and I deleted the damn file. So I tried to recover it and it wouldn't recover. That's why this video is very late to upload. Apologies. Normally I would have done it by now at least. Anyway, I thought instead of me shaving and telling you how it was, I'd tell you how I feel it went from the day it happened, if that makes any sense, even though I've already used it. How did I get on with this razor? It was good. It was comfortable. It was nice and contoury of the face. It worked pretty well. It didn't clog. There's a reason why the swivel head wasn't so springy, because you don't want it to spring on your face all the time. I still couldn't find the trimmer on this thing. The foam that I used was Gillette, and it was crap. But this did okay with it. Yeah, so yeah, it's a bit cheap feeling for what you're paying for. And a bit old-fashioned, to be honest. The Worthington's original handle does not go and compensate for it. But it actually did pretty well on the down. It did really well for the upway shave that I did. On the side shave, meanwhile, it did miss like all of that and all of that. So there's like a little gap between that. This is a great idea, because you know you don't want your razor to get rusty on the side, so it's nice to have a little case near it. But unfortunately it's not the full clamshell shut, so you're just, you know, there on the side. Did this beat the Mach 3? It was close, but it wasn't close enough to the Mach 3. I rated this an 8 out of 10. I'm going to say a 7.5 out of 10 now, so I've had some time to think about it. The reason why it's 7.5 out of 10 is because even though it beat the 2-bladed version of this, and probably the 3 or 4, whatever they use nowadays, this had a few faults. Close to the Bic range, and you know, it more of a gimmick than a shave, and that's why it was a 7.5 out of 10. The shaving gel from, well, not shaving gel, it was shaving foam from Gillette was absolute crap. I threw it away straight away as soon as I've used it for the review that you never saw. So yeah, I hope this video was a little better, because you know, I would have done the video. Obviously, I did the video, but unfortunately, I didn't manage to recover it. Normally it's uploaded by now, but there's a reason why it wasn't uploaded, and that was because of the recovery. And yeah, now compared to this, the Wilkinson sword wins this hands down between them two. But because it's got like 3, 4, 5, 6, 100 blades, doesn't mean that it's any improvement. Gillette and Wilkinson sword seems to think that with the 5-blade and all that. It didn't clog this one, unlike this one that tried to clog but didn't. The blade system is a little bit more out, so obviously it would shave a little better. But over time, I reckon that this was more of a gimmick shave than a shave itself, with the 5-blade and such, which is why it's 7.5 out of 10. I really think it should have performed a bit better, considering the money you're paying for it, like £10, which is why I'm knocking it off a little bit of a point, because you're paying £10, £8, or in my opinion half price for this. You should at least have an amazing result with it. And to me, it wasn't amazing, and it wasn't even close to the Mach 3, which means that, you know, you're paying Mach 3 money, but you're not getting Mach 3 results. So that's why I'm knocking it down half a point. Don't get me wrong, it was good. I mean, I do like the the way it's not springy, this, because you know how you can miss a load of hair and hurt yourself by this springing too much. The mineral thing on the top actually did work pretty well, although H2O was a bit obvious of being water. Looking into this now, there is a tiny bit of blockage at the top that you can't see, but it's actually mostly the Gillette gunk. If I would use this today, would I use it? I would if the Gillette brand was more expensive than this, but it's not, and it lets me down for that. And considering the fact that you can get 50p worth of blades, which is about 5 months worth of shaves with this one blade, I think, lets me down to think, you know, that it's supposed to be a 50p thing, this, maybe £1, and then this bit could be like £1 or £2 because it's made out of near the same material. Hey, in fact, I think the Wilkinson Classic did better because, you know, it actually does have a bit of metal, but a bit of plastic. Sorry, it's a bit coarse, so I'm kind of stuttering. And yeah, the Wilkinson sword, believe me, will do much more better than this Wilkinson sword, the double edge. And it's only a £5, and you actually get a whole pack of blades, like a whole 10 pack. It's pretty amazing what you can buy for a £5. Considering what this, you know, you get like 10 months worth of shaves and an actual razor for a £5. With this, you get one blade that'll last you 1 month and the whole handle for £10, and it's like really dear for what you're paying for, because the 5 blades itself are only 50p anyway to produce by the looks of it. Oh, maybe the lubrication strip maybe makes it £1, but anyway, it's just novelty over shaving, and this thing is much more better priced than this thing, but again, this didn't perform very well, so I'm guessing their blade system, I don't know, maybe they use a different thing, but at least you get a trimmer on the top. This one says it promises a trimmer, but I cannot see it on this Hydro 5 sensitive. Can you see it? I mean, you can flip it back, but is it in the 5-blade technology? Because I can't seem to find it. And that's the problem with this thing. You can't coordinate with this as much with the way that, you know, you have to find things in the accessories with Wilkinson sword brand sometimes, compared to the Gillette brand, which is more honest when it comes towards where the things are mounted. Like, for example, the shaving trimmer is actually on the top of this thing, and the one, unlike the Gillette ones, probably have the same trimmer on the top as well, but it has a vibrating feature to make it more of a real. I don't know, it's all a gimmick to me. You only need one blade in life and patience, really. But yeah, this thing, yeah, 7.5 out of 10. I think it did pretty well. Yeah, the shave went really well. It didn't, and that was another great thing about it, and that was, you know, it didn't feel like it was on my face. That could be good or bad in your perspective, because the good is that it actually felt comfortable. The bad perspective is you don't know if you've got to cut yourself because you don't feel it there on your skin. It was either the Gillette shaving cream, or, well, yeah, shaving cream, I got it right, or the razor that did this, but I have a feeling it was a razor. Now, I will use this for a little while, and then I'll probably dump the head somewhere, because, you know, I might one day need to get another one of these replaceable things, because you can actually get a load of refills for this, and that's one thing I like about this compared to the Gillette brand, and that is you can choose a load of refills for this one head, I believe. I think you can get more than a Hydro 5. I think you can get like knockoff Hydro 5s and such like that. With the Max 3, you've got to search really deep for the knockoff brands to be cheaper, and at the end of the day, you might as well just go online, get the classic, and get some more blades for it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Have you got this razor below? What do you think to it? And I'll see you soon.